What's up, everybody? Good morning. How y'all doing? It is your girl, your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha, representing Mocha's Cafe. Day Patterns, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Blessings to everybody. What's up, King Bob? Good morning, and to everybody else entering the chat. I thought it was imperative that I spoke on this. I'm not going to speak too much about it. I know a lot of you have already been hearing is flooding the YouTube streets. It's gone viral, with Tasha K, losing her case to Cardi B. Everybody's talking about it. Y'all already know the details. I'm not going to bore y'all with the details. I'm not going to go into any and everything because so many content creators are have already addressed it, and so many have already spoken upon this. But the reason I'm decided to do this content. What's up, Jay Shine? Blessings to you. Good morning. Good to see you, Jay Shine. And I first want to start by saying I definitely want to say I'm not celebrating Tasha K's downfall. I'm not going to celebrate her downfall. Because me being a content creator, it's very easy getting caught up in the hype of being a content creator. And I've had to learn myself that sometimes being a content creator, you get information, you cannot just take it and run with it. I've also learned that too, sometimes you want so badly to be the first one to get a hold of a story, and you want to be the one to be able to put the story out. You want to beat everybody to the punch. You don't always do your research. You don't always look more thoroughly into the story before you actually put it out there. And even more so is when you sit up here and you make up stories, you make up news, you make up gossip. And when you start doing stuff like that, now as a content creator, your credibility, it starts, it's not, it doesn't, it becomes not a good look. Your credibility, a lot of people start honoring your credibility. What's up, Ambion? Good morning. And like I said, I've been a content creator since 2017. And what has happened is everybody is a content creator now. YouTube doesn't require people to really have to produce receipts to become a content creator. Anybody can become a content creator, and that's the problem. That's where the problem started. Anybody can become a content creator. And because of that, you got so many people now who got a platform. Now they feel like they can say what they want, do what they want. And the truth of the matter is, freedom, there's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. Exactly, King Bob. Always use the word allegedly. There's no such thing as freedom of speech anymore. That's out the door. And so it does not matter if you are a content creator that has over 1 million subscribers, you have over 500,000 subscribers. You cannot say and do what you want anymore. They have, unfortunately, social media YouTube has tightened up on people being able. Good morning, Rayology. That was a good content live stream we did last night. I definitely enjoyed live streaming with you guys. Big ups to Rayology, and I'm definitely going to be emailing you so I can have you on my platform and we can start doing some more content live stream. I want to start collaborating with some guys, especially ones who I know who are sensible and actually could bring logical content to the platform, to my panel. So I'm definitely going to be getting with you, Rayology and Cool Gent and Logan and the rest of you guys or whatever. So just be on the lookout for my email. But again, I would say I'm not celebrating Tasha K's downfall, but I will also say I'm not surprised it came to this point. What's up, Reg? Good morning. Appreciate you. What's up, Red Mike Radio? Appreciate y'all this morning. I said I'm not going to rejoice at another person's downfall, because we've all been in situations in which we got ahead of ourselves. You let your pride get in the way, and sometimes pride comes before destruction, as the saying goes. But I will say this: being a content creator, you have to be responsible for how you utilize your platform. You have to be responsible with what you say. You got to be responsible with the content you put out there. It's very imperative that you are responsible, and you proceed with caution in what you say and what you do when it comes to your platform. Now, what has happened with a lot of content creators, like with Tasha K, the bigger the subscribers, the bigger the ego. Once content creators numbers start increasing with their views, once their numbers start increasing with their subscribers, so does their ego. Their egos start to inflate as well. And believe it or not, a lot of content creators are messed up today. A lot of them have lost platforms, lost channels, because they have allowed their subscribers to boost their ego. And you have to be very, very mindful of that, of not allowing your fan base, not allowing your subscribers, once the numbers start adding up, once your popularity starts to grow, now you really become more confident. You become more cocky. Now you feel like you can really say and do what you want. And it's kind of like being on the playground. It's kind of like being a kid on the playground, and you have your friends boosting you up to go push a fight with somebody. Yeah, go after this person, go after that person, blah blah blah. Good morning, number one grinder. Appreciate you for coming in. And your subscribers push you up and boost you up. And next thing you notice, because you want to keep your fan base, you don't want to lose your popularity, you don't want to lose your super chat, you don't want to lose everything that caused you to be to where you are. You allow your subscribers to push you up, and once they done push you up and it backfires, now your same subscribers who've been supporting you and rocking with you, now they're talking about you. Now they're looking at you with the side eye. So this is my opinion on it. I'm not going to go into the details of Tasha K. Everybody already knows everybody knows what happened. Everybody knows Cardi B won the lawsuit against her. So at this point right now, Tasha K basically is trying to save face by letting everybody know that she's good. She's practically acting unbothered. What's up, Dion? As if she has it under control, and I get it. At this point, Tasha K cannot afford to fold, because she's always put up this persona like, I'm a boss bitch, I'm a bad bitch. I don't let nothing bother me. I don't let nothing move me. She's always put up this persona like she's a force to be reckoned with. So at this point, she cannot afford to fold. She cannot afford to make it seem as if she's crumbling, even if she is feeling that way. She cannot afford to display it at this point. And I get it. You know what I mean? She gonna have to woman up through this. She don't have a choice. But I will say this. I was once a fan of Tasha K. I was a subscriber of hers many years ago. Okay. I have not watched much of her content within over a certain amount of years, because it just became very toxic. It became very negative, and her content was no longer sitting well with me. I'm not knocking what she does, and I'm not knocking her as a content creator. I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling the content she was doing anymore. She was becoming more raunchy. She started using way more excessive profanity. It just became more and more out of hand. It became a bit ridiculous for me. I can't speak for everybody else. It just became ridiculous for me. So I stopped viewing her platform. I unsubscribed. I no longer watched any of her content. But you do have a lot of her fans that are still very die hard for her. But I will say this: as a content creator, you got to be very careful with not allowing your amount of subscribers to boost your ego, feeling like you can say what you want to say now because you got all your cheerleaders in the chat room that's caping for you. You have all of your subscribers, you got them super chatting, you got them donating to your platform, you got them becoming members to your channel. You still have to be mindful with the information that you put out there, because it's gonna always be one that's gonna call your bluff. Yeah, and you right, King Bob. We all have at least one shady channel we watch. I mean, I don't mind a little fuckery here and there, but it comes a point when you have to isolate yourself from the fuckery, because it becomes very draining. It becomes very draining to listen to content creators discuss the same topics in and out. I don't have the energy to listen to a black male content creator bash black women all day. I don't have the energy to listen to that. I don't have the energy to listen to black female content creators go in on black men all day. I don't have the energy for that. It's very draining and it's very negative, and it just kind of dampens your spirit. I'm lately, now that I'm getting older, I have to go to places that feed my spirit. If you're not feeding my spirit, if you're not feeding my intellect, if you're not feeding anything that's edifying to my soul and to my spirit, I just cannot do it. But nevertheless, I ain't gonna dwell too much on Tasha K. I wish her the best with that. But what a lot of content creators got to realize is take heed, because it could have very well been you. Somebody don't go around calling folks bluff and think you can say what you want to say and do what you want to do, and somebody is not going to follow up on it. Because Tasha K probably felt like Cardi B probably wasn't going to follow up on it. Because this has been going on for a long time. And Cardi B been putting it out there that she was going to sue this woman. Absolutely, Jay Shine, you right, bro. She definitely took a huge L on this one, because that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. To pay a star, somebody who you don't like, somebody who you despise. She's going to be working for this woman. Tasha K is going to be working for Cardi B. She gonna have to pay this woman, and not only, and I feel bad for her in this sense, because she has a family, she has a wife, she has a husband, she has children, she has a brand, and the worst part about it now is what's going to happen is she's going to end up losing a lot of endorsements. Your word is everything. Once people see that you will sit up here and lie, and the fact that she admitted in court that she lied because she was doing it for the check, she lied for the money. At this point, anybody who can still take Tasha K's word, power to them, because I wouldn't be able to do this. I agree, Angela. Blessings to you. Yep, she's definitely going to drag her, but truth be told, Cardi B gave her ample amount of time to correct it. She reached out to Tasha K and said, look, we are mothers, we're women, we're wives. I'm asking you to please stop defaming me. Stop putting out these false accusations. When you sit up there, when a woman approaches you as a woman and tells you and asks you and pleads with you and tries to negotiate with you, and you sit up there and you say you're going to wipe your cease and order, your deceased order with your damn ass. Who says something like that? And that's why I said, anybody who's willing to still take Tasha K's word, good luck to you. Because at this point, if she lied about that, if she lied about this young lady, so she can keep her channel growing, so she can keep her name relevant, keep her brand prospering, ain't no telling how many other celebrities she done sit up there and lied about. Now, hopefully, this doesn't open a can of worms. Hopefully, other celebrities don't start coming out. Hopefully, Cardi B probably started, a fire. She probably started a fire because now you probably got other celebrities that's going to come out and say, you know what? She lied on me. She defamed me. So there's no telling how far this is going to continue to go. And the thing about it is, and a lot of people, a lot of people felt like Cardi, especially the winos, a lot of people felt like Cardi took it too far. Like, she's just blogging. Celebrities get gossiped about every day. Celebrities get talked about every day. She's just gossiping. You ain't the only celebrity. She done talked about all kind of celebrities. Why is Cardi B taking it to this extent? Why is she going so far with it? First of all, what affects one person does not mean it's not going to affect other people a certain way. You just because other celebrities allow Tasha K to say and do what she wants because they want to keep giving her, well, she's just a blogger pass. She's just a blogger. No big deal. All bloggers talk about celebrities. It's one thing to gossip. Gossip and slandering is two totally different things. When you gossip, you're reporting things that you know have some type of truth. You can produce some receipts when you gossip. Gossip is being able to produce receipts about the information that was brought to you. You got something to back up what you can say. You got some type of proof. Slander is when you just falsify, fabricate, make up a whole story. And to make it worse, you profiting off of making up the story at the expense of somebody else's life. She does. And yeah, and Jay Shine, you're right. National Enquirer been sued millions of times. Fabricating, making up stuff. So what a lot of people have to realize, even though celebrities, we know being a celebrity, it comes with the territory. People are going to expose you. People are going to tell your business. We know when you're a celebrity, your private life is not your private life. However, you piss off the wrong celebrity by making up something and they could prove you made it up. They have the right to sue you because at the end of the day, a celebrity is still a human being and people do not want their names tarnished. You have to realize as a celebrity, celebrities, you are a walking brand. Cardi B is a walking brand. You can't just look at how she talk, her language, her lingo, the wild outfit she wear, whatever. She's a walking brand. Okay? Celebrities are walking brands. Their name is how they get paid. This woman made up an accusation stating that Cardi B had STDs. Okay? That's nothing to play with. For one, you don't need to really, truth be told, you don't need to be disclosing anybody's personal health information. Let's say if Cardi B did have gonorrhea, let's say if that was the case, that is not your right. Even as a blogger, I don't care if you have 1 million subscribers, that is not your right to put out something that deep and that personal, because that's somebody's health. Now, it's one thing to gossip about, yeah, I heard I seen your husband, around town, with some broad, or, I see your house is in foreclosure, and you could actually pull up receipts that the house is in foreclosure. That's one thing. But when you're putting it out there about somebody's health, and then you're lying about that person's health, that's very detrimental. Cardi B stated, because of that rumor that she put out that she had an STD, when Cardi B had a picture of herself kissing her baby in the mouth or kissing on her cheek or wherever she kissed her, all these, haters, you already got a lot of evil spirited, mean spirited people out here who love to hear negative stuff. She couldn't even kiss her baby without people coming in the comment section. Oh, you got an STD. How dare you kiss your own daughter, knowing you got the package, knowing you got the Ninja Turtle, knowing you got that gonorrhea. A lot of people don't understand what celebrities go through on a daily basis. It's no joke when you have these bloggers that got such an advantage over influencing people to perceive you a different way. Regardless, whether if you like Cardi music, you don't like her music, you think she wild, you think she ratchet, whatever your personal reasons for why you don't rock with her, that has nothing to do with the fact that people do not have the right to go around here and slander your name and make up false accusations, because it can ruin your brand. And see, this is the bad part. Cardi B got dragged over false truths. And you have this thing called karma. And now Tasha K is getting dragged over her own false truths. See, sometimes whatever you put out there, it's called the balance of the universe. You got to be able to deal with it when it comes back. If you're going to dish it, you have to be able to take it. That comes with the territory of being a blogger. Now, I've listened to other content creators come up with all kind of excuses. Well, Cardi B, she's been known to rob men and take their money. But see, this is the difference. Cardi B said that. She said that. She put that out there. So that's different. What Cardi B, being a stripper, all this other stuff, how she used to take men for their money, how she used to rob men, that has nothing to do with the fact that Tasha K slandered this woman by lying on her, stating that this woman had an STD. This woman had to go so far as to getting a damn STD test done to clear her name. No one should have to do that. I have to get, and I've known one or two people that actually experienced that. Rumors about them having STDs. They had to go get an STD check, an STD test, posted on Facebook to clear the allegations. And it's very sickening when you have to put your personal medical, you got to put your test results. That's something personal. But you got to put your test results out there to clear your name. And it's sad that Cardi had to go that far to get Tasha K off her balls. Because Tasha K was determined to run with that lie. She was not backing down. You have some people, they not going to back down from a lie. They gonna be strong and wrong in their lies. Unfortunately, Tasha K is one of them. She's just one of those individuals. She's going to be wrong and strong in her lives. Now, again, I will say this. Once upon a time, I was a fan of Tasha K. I was subscribed to her. I ain't going to lie. I used to live for the fuckery. I used to live for the juice, like King Boss said earlier. You know, I mean, I was subscribed to her channel, so I used to indulge in the fuckery. But what made me unsubscribe from Tasha K was I saw that she burnt a lot of bridges with other content creators that was once upon a time her friend. That is what made me unsubscribe. I've seen her burnt bridges with people who had a lot of respect for her. I've seen her burn bridges with Lovely T. Lovely T and her and Tasha K was very tight. And when the subscribers started getting involved in their friendship and causing conflict or whatever, Lovely T was defending her. She defended her when people was trying to tell her Tasha K was no good. Tasha K ain't to be trusted. Lovely T defended her because Lovely T felt like Tasha K was her friend. She defended her to the end, because that's what friends do, right? Well, long story short with that, Tasha K showed her true colors. And did you know she got so pissed with Lovely T? Once Lovely T started seeing her for who she was, she exposed one of Lovely T's health conditions. She exposed it. Tasha K is one of those type of females. Once you piss her off, anything she knows personally about you, she's going to use it as a weapon against you. She's done it. Anybody who has followed her for a substantial amount of time, if you follow her for a long time, you have already seen her burn so many bridges. You have a lot of these content creators, they have burnt a lot of bridges to get their channel to be successful. You have a lot of content creators who have burnt bridges, who have made a name by getting close to other popular content creators, being on popular content creators, being on their panel, being on their channel. Once they have earned their exposure, they would leave these channels, these platforms, and start their own platform. A lot of content creators did not become successful on or off of their own merit. It took them getting close or befriending certain individuals to help them get their channels to where it is. And once they got their channels to a certain level, now they no longer have nothing to do with the people who was with them when they first started off in that journey. And that's what happened. Tasha K burnt a lot of bridges to get her channel to where it is. You have a lot of content creators that have large platforms, have a large amount of subscribers, have a large fan base, but they didn't get that success legitimately. They burnt a few bridges, they did a couple of people in, they stepped on a lot of toes to get to where they are. So before you start paying homage to a lot of these content creators, you have to realize a lot of them burnt a lot of bridges. They stepped on a lot of toes. They dogged a lot of people. They sabotaged a lot of friendships to climb that ladder of success. Your favorite content creators, the ones that you worship and you give Sunday and praise service to, the ones that you have full-time membership with, a lot of these popular content creators, they have burnt a lot of bridges to get to where they are. They done stepped on a lot of people. They done did a lot of people in. With all due respect, Tasha K was one. I've seen her do people in to get to where she is. You just got some people that are cutthroat like that. They don't care who they got to hurt to get to the top by any means necessary. They don't care how many bridges they got to burn. They don't care how many lies they got to tell. You got some people that are relentless at getting to the top. And if it means dogging people, dragging people, lying on people to get there, they're going to do that. Because at the end of the day, it's all about putting themselves first. And they don't care at whose expense it is. You have some people that really don't care. So what a lot of these content creators need to do, they need to learn from this situation instead of, using it as far as being able to prove their point. They need to learn from this, because what's going to happen is now YouTube is probably going to start tightening up on a lot of things. What's going to happen is a lot of content creators, we're not going to be able to keep throwing that word around like King Boss said, allegedly. We're not going to be able to keep doing that now. This case has opened a can of worms. And like I said, not only did it open a can of worms with the fact Tasha K is getting sued for defamation, now the IRS all up in her shit. The IRS, that Lord knows. I had to pay the IRS back $7,000 one time. And Lord, I felt like I was paying $1 million just having to pay back $7,000. The IRS is one of the most relentless corporations in the United States of America. You don't ever want them jokers finding out you got businesses, you getting all type of loans or whatever. You definitely don't want them you don't want them getting in your business. And that's the bad part. This lawsuit has opened other doors. Our IRS sitting up in the courtroom because y'all got businesses y'all didn't report. Now, I don't know how true this is, and we can't even say the word allegedly. What's up, trucking on? Wonderful Watson, good to see you. The bad part is IRS is up in it. Them jokers, IRS, they worse than child support. IRS, they want their money. So evidently, her and her husband haven't been on the same accord. They really didn't talk this through before they went in this courtroom. They really was not on the same accord. And they pretty much threw each other up under the bus. Both of them got caught in lies. Tasha K threw her husband up under the bus. He threw her up under the bus. This whole situation is going to take a toll in so many different areas of her life. It may very well affect her marriage. From what I heard also, like I said, I don't know shit. I don't have no receipts. So I'm not going to sit up here and do the Tasha K and slander because I don't talk to these people. I really don't know. I'm going by what I heard. So this could be a rumor. I'm not stating it's a fact. But I heard supposedly she had got a few PPP loans. Now, I won't be surprised because you got a lot of content creators who be on here fake flexing, acting like they got so much money, acting like they so financially well off, and behind closed doors, they doing all kind of illegal things to try to put up this front like they so financially well off. So I won't be surprised. We didn't think, like I said, we didn't even think Tasha K was lying about Cardi B. So if you lied about that, well, damn, at this point, we got to question everything. You probably lying about your income. You probably lying about how much super chat, how much donations you getting. You probably got all kind of PPP loans out here. If y'all wouldn't even, IRS did not know Tasha K and her husband had other businesses. They did not know that. So hopefully her and her husband did not create these businesses to get PPP loans. Shit, I don't know. Hopefully, because if you lie about one thing, 9 times out of 10, you lying about a lot of other goddamn things. A liar is a liar. You're not just gonna lie about one thing and be truthful about everything else. It doesn't go that way. What's up, Miss Leah? So adorable. CC Rose, good morning, madam. Good morning, Mocha. Pay your damn taxes. I owe $1,500. Scary, the mess out of me. They want the money in 30 days. Listen, I owe the IRS $7,000. And I had to make payment arrangements because I couldn't afford to get in that whole $7,000. I couldn't afford. I had to make monthly payments on it because 1 year when I filed taxes, somebody gave me back too much money. And evidently IRS caught it. And what they did was they made me pay that $7,000 back. I had to pay it back. And IRS is not the kind of big entity where you can take your time and pay them what the hell you feel like it. Because if you don't pay them, they'll garnish your wages. They got just that much power to where they can locate your job because they have your social security number and they can garnish a certain amount of wages out your check. Now, hopefully with what Tasha K has going on, hopefully there's no issues with IRS because she's already going to have to contribute to Cardi B. And to have to owe IRS on top of that Internal Revenue Service. That's going to be a bit much. That's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. And I won't be surprised. I will not be surprised because come to find out, see, this is why y'all don't need to be praising and worshiping these content creators. I didn't even know, but Tasha K dropped out of high school. I had no clue. She called herself a journalist. How you a journalist? I thought you had to get a degree to be a journalist. And kind of find out she dropped out of high school. She don't even have a high school diploma. And you know what? And I'm not knocking her because I know some people, I got a bunch of college degrees and I ain't making the money people making who never even went to college. So I'm not saying just because you go to college, that means you're better than somebody who never went to college. But my thing is, she's sitting up here making it seem like she has all this education and she's certified and she's qualified and reporting the things that she report, but come to find out, she's not a journalist. She doesn't have any degrees in that. I didn't know that till this trial came out. I did not know that. I didn't even know she doesn't have a GED. She doesn't have a high school diploma. Never knew that. That's why I said this trial is opening a lot of skeletons are coming out the closet, because like I said, her troubles are just beginning. Cardi B, that's just the tip of the iceberg. She's gonna have to deal with IRS. Now, hopefully, this doesn't take a toll on her marriage. Hopefully, her and her husband could stand strong to this, because what I do know is they was not on the same accord when they went in that courtroom. Her own husband told her, when the lawyer asked, did you ever try to tell her about not putting out this type of information, not doing content? Yeah, I told her. She wouldn't listen to me. This just goes to show you how much her and her husband, they was never on the same accord. So at some point in time, this is definitely going to take a toll on their marriage. This is going to take a toll on their marriage. CC, honey, I know the feeling. I had to pay them $7,000. So this is the era of faking it till you make it. Absolutely, bro. I've come to decide that the majority of these content creators, the majority of these individuals who y'all are subscribed to, who y'all praise and give worship service, all of these people who y'all respect and take their knowledge and advice wholeheartedly, a lot of these gossip bloggers, a lot of these dating coaches, a lot of these experts in what is considered a real black man or a real black woman, all of these people who are proclaiming themselves to be experts in certain topics and in certain fields involving the black community, what a lot of y'all are going to find out, it's a lot of Tasha K's out there. A lot of them are not living none of what they preach. A lot of them are not giving y'all valid information. A lot of the information these dating coaches, these content creators are giving y'all, they are not qualified in giving you advice in certain areas. A lot of them just aren't qualified. What's up, Hershey Kiss? Long time no see, dear. Yes, and that's the truth, CC Rose. You have a lot of these dating coaches that claim they have so much expertise in dating and marriage, and yet they have no receipts to produce that they know anything about marriage. First of all, how can you give marital advice when you're not married? How can you give marital advice when you're on wife number 2, wife number 3, or you're a husband number 4? You're a divorcee. What makes you qualified to give people marriage advice when you cannot even prove that you know how to hold down a solid marriage or a solid relationship? Who are you to prove? And what is going on? Yep, a lot of them are faking it till they make it. And what is starting to happen is a lot of them slowly but surely are getting exposed. What's done in the dark eventually going to resurface to the light. You have a lot of these dating coaches that's going around here telling black men what type of woman is qualified as a real woman. And you also have female content creators doing the same thing. They're trying to discourage black women from dating black men. They're trying to discourage black women from pursuing black men. You have both black men and black women that are telling black men and black women to date outside of their race. You have all of these individuals, that are trying to discourage Black men and Black women from building together, having a family, having children. You have a lot of them that are trying to discourage Black men and Black women from building a foundation together. And the truth of the matter is, truth be told, contrary to what a lot of y'all may think, you have a lot of Black men and Black women out here who have been married for years, who have children, who are building families, who have businesses together. See, a lot of these dating coaches, they're not telling y'all that. There's way more Black married couples now than there has ever been. Contrary to unpopular belief, it's a lot of Black men and Black women who have been married for years to the same person, got kids from the same person. So you cannot go by these narratives that are being promoted, that you better off dating outside your race, you better off dealing with somebody that's non-colored. Do you not think that even when you cross over and you go to the other side, that there's going to be challenges on the other side? Because truth be told, you got some Black men who love the hell out of their Black wives. And I'm not going to let a few, great value men, discredit Black men who love the hell out of Black women, who love the hell out their Black wives. See, y'all just looking at one side, y'all not looking at the overall picture. And you got some Black women out here who love the hell out of their Black husbands. I'm one of them. I've been with my husband come 22 years, come March 11th next of this year right here. So don't tell me that there's not enough good Black men out there, or there's not enough valuable Black women out there. That is a lie. You have a lot of these content creators, and me and some guys was talking about this last night on the panel. They're promoting this bitter pill content. It's a lot of bitter pill content that's being promoted. You got a lot of people that's out here promoting bitter pill content because they have already decided to give up on Black love. You have had Black men and Black women who have endured so much rejection within their own Black community. Now they're going around spreading this toxic content, telling other Black men or other Black women that they don't need to be seeking love within their own race. Just because you have given up, just because you had bad luck based on the Black women you chose or the Black men you chose, then that's your personal business. Don't go around here discouraging everybody else. King Bob says he's been married 23 years. Ice Cube been married 30 years. Yeah, it's plenty of Black couples that been holding it down done endured the struggles together, done endured the good and the bad. It's plenty of married Black men and Black women. Everybody don't go for the okie doke that there's no such thing as Black love. Don't even fall for that, because you got plenty of Black men and Black women who've been in a same marriage for years and sincerely love their companion. They're not just together because of finances or whatever. But again, you have a lot of this bitter pill content, narratives being pushed around the Black YouTube sector, that you don't need to be interested in Black women, or you don't need to be interested in Black men. It's too many Black content creators that are generalizing. They're generalizing one group of people. I'm not going to sit up here and say all Black men ain't shit because I chose to deal with a couple of Pookies. I got a few of my baby daddies are Pookies and Ray Rays. So I'm going to go around here discouraging other Black women from dating Black men because I did not have the best of luck with the Pookies and the Ray Rays I chose. Or you as a black man, because you didn't know what type of black women to choose, or the black women you wanted did not want you. You want to go around pushing these narratives that all black women ain't qualified. They aren't wife material. A lot of times it has everything to do with the type of woman you choose or the type of man you keep choosing. Don't go around here trying to discourage and taint the whole black community based on your own general narratives of what you perceive as a real black man or a real black woman. That is the problem. A lot of these dating coaches are setting black men and black women up for unrealistic expectations. They're setting you up for unrealistic expectations, telling you you need to date somebody that's a 10. You should only go after women that are a 10. You should only go after men who make a certain amount of figures, who make a certain amount of money. What a lot of y'all are not understanding is sometimes your soulmate is not going to always be the person that you got in mind. A lot of y'all blocking y'all blessings of meeting a good man, meeting a good woman, because you don't let these dating coaches poison you and taint you with their false narratives, with their incorrect narratives on what is considered as a good black man or a good black woman. Y'all are letting them tell y'all how to choose. You got people up here. First of all, I'm not trying to be funny. As a grown man, as a grown woman, me personally, you don't need to be going online getting anybody's advice on how you can get a good man or how you can get a good woman. I don't recommend nobody on YouTube confiding in any of these dating coaches. You should not be calling in their shows. No, you, as a grown woman, you mean to tell me you don't have other men in your life who can give you guidance and direction as far as to what kind of man you should choose? You got to call into a show and somebody makes an assessment about you within 5 minutes, letting you know if you qualify or you disqualified as a woman. First of all, nobody cannot make a correct or valid assessment about you through a 10-minute, 15-minute phone call. They don't know enough about you to give you a full assessment on why you don't need to date a certain type of man or why you don't need to date a certain type of woman. First of all, you should have men within your family. You should have men within your family that you should be able to confide and go to. If you need advice, to all my women out here, if you need advice about what type of man you need in your life or why you struggling trying to meet your soulmate, your male companion, you mean to tell me you don't have a father, you don't have an uncle, you don't have a brother, you mean to tell me all the men you have in your family, you cannot go to not near one of them men who know you? First of all, in order for a man to give you real assessment, it's going to have to be a man who knows about you, who knows you in and out. Not someone that could only make an assessment about you within 10, 15 minute, 20-minute conversation. Me, before I got married and I had difficulty with relationships, I had fathers. I had a stepfather and I got a biological father. It's men in your family that can give you the same advice, if not better, because it's going to be more accurate because they love you enough to tell you the truth. They're not making super chats off of you. They're not earning subscribers out of making a mockery out of you, embarrassing you, belittling you. So you know, whenever you get information from a man who knows you, it's going to be genuine and it's going to be authentic because he's not benefiting off of not telling you the truth. He's not benefiting. You mean to tell me, as a grown-ass woman, you got to call into these grown men shows to get advice on why you can't find a man? You don't have uncles. You don't have brothers. You don't have, let me tell you something. And some of you women, y'all may not feel comfortable going there. You don't feel comfortable talking to your ex-husband, finding out your ex-boyfriend, what happened with your relationship, why the relationship failed, what was it about you that he felt like he could never try to connect with you. You would rather trust a stranger You would rather trust a stranger. And there's no disrespect to the men who call themselves to be dating coaches. But you mean to tell me, as a grown-ass woman, you would rather get advice from a stranger who don't know a goddamn thing about you other than what you told them, before you talk to your uncles, before you talk to your brothers, before you talk to your daddies? You got men who have dealt with you, who know how you are, who can give you a real assessment. I have had to reach out to my father. Even when I had marital issues with my husband, I called my dad. Dad, this is what's going on. You know, we had a disagreement, blah, blah, blah. My dads love me enough, care about me enough. They gonna keep it 100 and let me know where I go wrong and what I went wrong. I'm not calling no man show who don't know nothing about me to let me know what I need to do as a woman. It just makes no sense. Oh, okay, double C. I feel you. That's what I'm saying. All we got, all we some of y'all are still blessed, and y'all have, oh, you still have your grandmothers, your great grandfathers. You still got these people from the old school still living, still got wisdom, blessed with knowledge, who been on this earth every bit of 70, 80 years. Y'all mean to tell me y'all can't not go and talk to somebody much older who been there, done that, got the wisdom, got the knowledge? Y'all mean to tell me y'all don't have nobody else closer in your circle that you can go to? You got to call a stranger. And same thing as men. I don't understand. Men, why are you letting other grown men who don't even have sons tell you what you need to be as a man? Why are you letting another man influence and dictate what kind of woman you should choose, when you really don't have no receipts that the person that's telling you what kind of woman you should choose, you don't even know what kind of women they have chosen, or even if they even like women for that matter? Y'all are letting people, y'all are letting these dating coaches dictate what type of soulmate you should be seeking. And a lot of them aren't qualified, and they aren't certified to really be giving advice, because the truth is, a lot of people who have called themselves, who have appointed themselves to be experts in the dating field, a lot of them don't really have any receipts to prove that they're experts. And that's just the God's honest truth. You know, Tasha K is a prime example. You cannot go by people just because of their popularity. You can't figure because they got over 1 million subscribers that they are gifted in what they do, that they are qualified in what they do. So, and the thing about it is, you know, this is my other point, is that a lot of times you have people that'll follow you just to see you be destroyed. Just because you have over 1 million subscribers, that does not mean everybody that's following you, it does not mean that they genuinely love you. It does not mean they genuinely have your best interest. Some people follow you just so they can destroy you, or just to see you be destroyed. Now, with the Tasha K thing, not to digress, but now all of her subscribers are singing a different tune. All before this trial, before the results of this trial, before the outcome of this trial, you had all of her subscribers boosting up, you know, basically instigating and making it seem as if, well, you need to be in your truth. Don't worry about these haters out here. You got every right to say what you want to say. That's your platform. That's your channel. You got all these subscribers who pushed her up into promoting this nonsense. Now that the results came out, and now she has to pay her way out of this lawsuit, now they all singing a different tune. Now they all saying, oh, well, you know, You just got to be careful. You got to be more mindful of how you put information out there. Wait a minute. Wasn't y'all the same ones who was telling this woman, oh, she need to stay within her truth. She don't need to recant her story. Wasn't y'all the same ones who said that? Now y'all trying to change it. That's why you can't get in a hype with your subscribers. You can't follow up behind your subscribers. One minute they pushing you up to do this, the next minute they telling you not to do that. You just got to stay in your own lane and just be mindful of the information you put out there. So, I'm not gonna stay on the Tasha K thing. I wish her the best. And I sincerely mean that. And it's not to be funny, it's not to be sarcastic, because we've all have made mistakes. And sometimes the mistakes you make, you got to pull up your big girl panties and you got to live with it. This is just one of those battles she's just gonna have to survive. She's gonna have to man up through it. And she's just gonna have to be careful from here on out. And I really recommend all content creators. I really recommend that all of y'all be very careful putting out misleading information, because now this may have started a new fire. Probably now all these celebrities, anytime they hear a content creator say something that's untrue, what's going to end up happening now is YouTube may start tightening up on that. YouTube may start getting to that point to where anytime somebody reports to them that a blogger is making up false information, they may start putting strikes on people's channels and stuff like that. So just be careful. So I'm not going to speak too much on that. But what I did want to also speak upon was the situation with Nicki Minaj. Now I see that the lawsuit that her husband Kenneth Petty had filed from the victim Jennifer Hills. I see that Nicki Minaj was dropped from the lawsuit. It says the harassment lawsuit filed against Nicki Minaj by her husband Kenneth Petty's alleged rape victim Jennifer Holt has been dropped, according to documents obtained by People. The case against Nicki was voluntarily dismissed. The case against Kenneth Petty is still going. So basically, the victim of Kenneth Petty, Nicki Minaj's husband, she had basically filed a lawsuit against both of them because they were doing everything they could to try to get her to recant her story. Supposedly, allegedly, and I know we're not going to be able to get away with using that word, but I have to say allegedly because there's no fact that this is true. There's no receipts that this is true or not. But allegedly, they have been, Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty have been harassing this woman about recanting her story. And there's a reason for that. Being married to a registered, see if I can say something else because I know YouTube has gotten very picky. Being married to a RSO, and I'm just putting it here, RSO, since YouTube has gotten so sensitive. Being married to a RSO, that is not easy. It's not easy. And that's why I strongly believe Minaj has played a part in that. Now, she can sit up here and make it seem like she had nothing to do with it, but I don't believe for a second that, and I'm just assuming, I don't have facts, I don't believe for a second Nicki Minaj had nothing to do with this woman being harassed, with them harassing her to recant her story. I don't believe that Nicki just sat there and allowed her goons and all to play a part in trying to get this girl to this woman to recant her story. She didn't do it. There's already been sources out there that's basically saying that she's tried to bribe her by stating she would give her a certain amount of money. She would do a video for her daughter on her birthday, all kind of little gimmicks, because you got celebrities that do that. Celebrities think they could bribe anybody. Celebrities think they could give anybody a certain amount of money and they'll just be quiet and they won't say anything. But that's not always the case. The case ended up being voluntarily dismissed, but the case is still pending against Kenneth Petty. Basically, I believe she was trying to get this woman to recant her story because Nicki Minaj is finding out that being married to a RSO is very difficult. It's very difficult. First of all, it's not a good look on her brand because every time somebody brings up Kenneth Petty's name, they don't even call they don't even call him Kenneth Petty. They call him Nicki Minaj's husband. They're making sure they associate her name to this man's past. And unfortunately, as a woman, when you make desperate decisions and you go and you pick up a man and you don't really know his history, you don't really know much about his past, or you tend to disregard the things that you have learned about his past because you feel like you're a star. People are going to give him a pass based on the fact that he's associated with you. You basically set yourself up for a very chaotic situation. And I believe that is the reason why Nicki Minaj has tried to get this woman to recant her story. She cannot really enjoy her marriage. Being married to a RSO that's registered, it has too many limitations and restrictions. This man has a probation officer who he's going to always have to check in. This man has rules, he has restrictions. All of her personal business, unfortunately, is going to be displayed because of who she's with. Whenever you have to register as an SO, all of your private information becomes public. Every county, every state has what's called a registered sex offender list. And basically, you can go on that list and it will tell you about all the registered offenders that live within your area, that live locally near you. They live locally near you, and you have the right by law. They post these individuals, they post their address, and they post the level of being a registered sex offender. It's going to be displayed if they're a level 1, if they're a level 2, if they're a level 3. Level 3 being the most dangerous level of a sex offender, and level 2 is just as bad as a level 3. Kenneth Petty is a registered level 2 sex offender, which means he cannot be trusted. The state, the law has already categorized him, has already labeled him as being a danger to society. That's why he's a level 2. A level 1 sex offender is not as much of a threat. In most cases, most level 1 sex offenders don't even really have to they're not even their information is not even publicized. Their information most of the time is not even put on the registered sex offender website. But all registered sex offenders that are level 2 and level 3, those are the ones that are more of a threat to society. And that is why they're more stricter with registered sex offenders level 2 and level 3. CC says she's got to be tired of taking care of him. She's going to be forever paying his legal fee. Absolutely, CC, I totally agree. I really don't think Nicki Minaj really understood what she was in for. I don't think she was really educated. I just think she went by the fact that he was available. He's not an ugly guy, so she probably went off his looks, most likely. And she wanted something that she knew she could easily conquer. So that is why she chose him. Because he was easy to conquer. He doesn't have much really going for himself. He's kind of a bottom feeder. He's to the bottom. So it didn't take much for her to win him over. Compared to the other men in the industry that she has tried to conquer. She wasn't able to conquer Nas, who is very successful. She wasn't able to conquer Meek Mill. She was not able to conquer Safari. All of these men that were about something, all of these men that were successful on her level, if not more, she was not able to control them and make them do what she wanted them to do. So instead, she opted to get a better male, a man who already didn't have much, a man that was nowhere on her level. So it was easy for her to pick up Kenneth Petty based on the fact that he's a better male. What's up, CC Chi and Nerly? So basically we know why I know why she's trying to she tried to make the victim recant her story, even though she's trying to play innocent and she's trying to act like she had nothing to do with that woman being harassed. And I doubt that. I'm sure she played a part in it. I'm not saying Nicki Minaj did it all, but I'm sure she played a part in it because Nicki Minaj is realizing how hard and difficult it is being married to a registered sex offender. She's finding out that she really does not have a real marriage. She really cannot enjoy being married to her husband because he has so many restrictions. Um, it's a lot of things that he's not allowed to do. If you notice, a lot of tours she has gone on, you don't see him with her going on too many of her tours. As a RO, you have a curfew. You got to be home at a certain time. A registered sex offender cannot just stay out all night as long as he wants, sit in the club, popping bottles. Kenneth Petty has a very restricted lifestyle. He's not allowed to do things that the average wife would like to do with her husband. As a wife, you want to be able to take your husband places with you. You want to go in other countries. You want to be able to go out 2, 3 in the morning. You want to be able to just, be free. And Nicki Minaj did not think this all the way through. She so desperately wanted a baby. She so desperately wanted a husband. She so desperately wanted to be married. She didn't think about none of Kenneth Petty's lifestyle, how restricted her marriage is going to be. The RO, registered sex offender, they got to be in their residence at a certain time. And the reason for that is because the law does not want a RO roaming around 2, 3 in the morning, late at night, where he can potentially get another victim. The sex register offender board, they have these laws orchestrated the way it is for a reason. It's to protect the public. It's to protect the safety of women. It is to protect other women from not becoming potential victims. Okay, y'all. I didn't know what was going on. I think my Microsoft was updating itself or something. So of course it interrupted my stream, but so I apologize about that. Um yeah, down here they actually, yeah, during Halloween they're not allowed to actually be in the presence of children. Yeah, now somebody wants to call me, whatever. Did you explain what a registered sex? Did you explain what is a yeah? Just to get, I switch gears. A registered sex offender is basically an individual who has been caught committing a sexual offense towards a child, towards a minor. You have child molesters, and you also have um sexual criminal offenders. Now of course a child molester, that's a totally different, that's a more severe sexual criminal offense, because this is a child, somebody who was not an adult. Maybe in many cases somebody probably under the age of 3 years old, 2 years old. A child is totally incapable of being able to make their own decisions. So when it comes to child molestation, most sexual offenders, they definitely penalize them more severely, because a child is totally defenseless. Now, on the other hand, you have sex offenders who did indeed rape or sexually assault a woman. Only difference is the woman, the person was not a child. The person was an adult. The only difference was the person was not a consenting adult. But either way, whether child molestation, sexual assault, sexual battery, either way, when you commit any of these sexual criminal offenses, you have to register for what's called a registered sex offender. Now, keep in mind, they're not just going to make you register based on what somebody said. You're not going to have to register as a sex offender based simply off of accusation. There has to be valid proof. So, for Kenneth Petty, he had already been convicted. He had already, proof was already collected. There was already proof provided that he committed this offense. They're not just going to make you register as a sex offender because somebody said, oh, he raped me, oh, he assaulted me. There was some type of evidence. There was DNA. There was pictures of the victim. There was some type of proof. So once that proof has been validated, you will have to register. And that's just the bottom line. So this is the reason why I believe Nicki Minaj is fighting so hard and standing by her husband. She does not want him to have to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life, because she is getting a taste basically by being married to him. She's seeing all of what he has to go through, and she cannot convince me to believe for a second that it's not taking a toll on her. Because as I stated before, before I had this little glitch, registered sex offenders, they have more restrictions than children. For one, she has a son from this man, which means she's not going to be able to allow her husband to go places where their son goes. He can't go to the schools to pick up his son. So it's little things that we take advantage of. Your husband could go and pick your kids up from school. Kenneth Petty, he cannot go pick up his son from school. Kenneth Petty cannot be near child cares, daycares. Kenneth Petty cannot go near Chuck E. Cheese. Kenneth Petty cannot go to church. Kenneth Petty cannot go near schools. Kenneth Petty cannot go near summer camps. Kenneth Petty cannot go anywhere where there are children. And that's hard because children are everywhere. What's up, Era Black TV? Children are everywhere. Not only that, Nicki Minaj is not allowed to have children come to her residence, not when she's married to Kenneth Petty. By law, registered sex offenders are not allowed to be anywhere near children. They're not allowed to be near any close to any feet of children. If he is caught near children, I don't care if it's by accident or whatever, he will go back to prison. He will go to prison. That's how critical this thing is. Nicki Minaj's husband has to walk a fine line. Children cannot go to her house. So if Nicki Minaj has nieces, nephews, they can't come. They can't visit Auntie Nicki. They can't go visit her because she's married to him. And you know what? I'm not trying to be funny, but you know what? I wish the law had it to where registered sex offenders cannot be married. Because this would prevent women like Nicki Minaj from even getting themselves in this type of situation. I really think registered sex offender, if they was not already married before they committed the offense, I think they should lose their privilege of marriage. I really think they should. But unfortunately, as a woman, that's a decision you have to make. You have to decide if you're willing to be married to a registered sex offender, meaning that you're going to be married to a man that cannot be around children. So how y'all going to do family reunions? How y'all going to do family gatherings? Nicki Minaj, she cannot bring her husband to her family reunion. Not when there's going to be children there. What about when their son has a birthday party and he wants to invite his friends over? Guess what? He can't be there. This truly sucks. What woman wants to be in a marriage where your husband is so restricted he can't be around kids? That it sucks. Not only that, registered sex offenders are not allowed to use any drugs. So Kenneth Petty is not allowed to smoke weed, marijuana. If his probation officer pops up to his house and decides to randomly do a piss test and find marijuana, his piss dirty, he going to prison. Then registered sex offenders cannot smoke marijuana, cannot drink alcohol. And the reason for this is because they feel like if a registered sex offender is under any drug or alcohol influence, that he's likely to reoffend. So she can't drink with her husband. If she does drink with her husband, paparazzi, nobody better get a picture of it in the tabloids, put it out there because he's done. So registered sex offenders are not allowed to use any type of recreational drugs. Registered sex offenders are not allowed to watch porn. Did y'all not know that? I mentioned this before in a couple of my other videos, but refresh your memory. They're not allowed to watch porn. They're not allowed to look at dirty magazines. She did. And I think she knows that. That is why she tried to fight so hard to get this woman to recant her story. But you cannot make, once a person an offender has to register as a registered sex offender, there is no recanting. You cannot change it. The state took that up. That's what Nicki Minaj is not understanding. The victim, she cannot recant her story, and I don't blame her. She's not going to. If I know a man has raped me and violated my innocence, you can't pay me off on that. I'm sorry. So Kenneth Petty, he would never really be able to enjoy the luxuries of being Nicki Minaj's husband because he has so much restrictions. He has to report to, like I said, his community officer. Community officer could come over unannounced. They don't have to call Nicki Minaj or him and notify them and warn them. They can just pop up over there anytime they want. It's just a lot of restrictions with it, man. I couldn't live like that. Me personally, I would not want a marriage like that. What's the purpose of being with a millionaire and you can't do none of what that millionaire does? You can't travel with that person. You can't stay out all time of night without having to be home at a certain time. That's not living. And that's why men, be very careful getting yourselves in situations with women. Don't put yourself in a predicament to where you feel the need where you got to force yourself on a woman. It's not worth the freedom you're going to lose behind it. It's just not worth it. You basically be treated like a child for the rest of your life. You got to walk a thin line the rest of your life. You don't want to live like that. You want to be able to be around your children, your nieces, your nephews, without having to watch over your shoulder. I really think she really made a bad decision when she married Kenneth Petty. I know you can't tell people who to love. I know you can't tell people what to do with their heart and their feelings, but she really messed herself up with that. I don't think she's never going to really have a really good marriage. They're not going to be able to enjoy their marriage basically because of his lifestyle as a registered sex offender. It's hard. He can't do a lot of things, and even though it happened years ago, once you register as a sex offender, it follows you for the rest of your life. It is permanent. This man, he's going to be, he's a registered sex offender for the rest of his life. There's no expiration date. It's not like they could say, okay, I just got to deal with this for a year. And after that, we can go back to normal. She'll never have a normal marriage. Do y'all not understand that? Her marriage will never be normal. But nevertheless, I talked about different things, y'all. I know I spoke on the Tasha K situation, spoke on the Nicki Minaj situation. I talked about how you got content creators around here, they're abusing and misusing their platform for all the wrong things. Y'all, you got to be careful with how you put information out there. You got people that's going to follow you up on it. Cardi B is a prime example. When you think these stars are not going to follow up on you, putting false information out there to the point, they felt like they wanted to kill themselves or harm themselves because of the lies and the rumors you put out there. That's some serious stuff. And guess what? We don't get to decide if Cardi B was really feeling that way or not. We don't get to choose how people feel. Once you put a bad taste in somebody's mouth and they decide to execute by filing a lawsuit against you, and you was forewarned, and that person tried to come to you and tried to reason with you, and you bucked, you got to deal with the consequences that come behind that. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night. I'm going to have some guys on my panel. We're going to be talking about a couple of things, about different things going on within the Black community. I'm going to at least have 3 or 4 men on the panel with me. I think it's going to be a really good panel, because I choose, most of the time when I do live streams, I make sure I choose people that can talk about issues that are really edifying for the Black community, that really serves a purpose. So definitely be on the lookout. I am going to be going live tomorrow night with Cool Gent, with Rayology, and a couple of other guys. We're going to get it on the chop, and we're going to do a really nice live stream. I think men and women both are going to benefit from it, because believe it or not, you have a lot of content creators out there that are getting just as sick of the gender wars like I am. You got Black men and Black women who actually want to work together. They actually want to do content together. They just don't want to keep doing content against each other or dragging each other. You have a lot of content creators. They want to do something that's going to be edifying. So I look forward to doing my content tomorrow night with these guys. So I'll say probably about 8 o'clock. I'll make sure in the community tab, I will post the information there so all of you could be there. I definitely want y'all to catch this live. I know me and the guys are definitely got a lot of valuable information that a lot of you will be able to utilize. So anyway, I definitely appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all Jay Shine, CC Rose, Nerly, Beyond, everybody, King Bob, Ms. Leah, Wonderful Watson, Jay Shine, King Bob, Angela. I understand Dion, Red Mike. If I missed anybody, I apologize. Yeah, I had a glitch in the middle of my live, so I understand it probably kicked some of y'all off, or y'all didn't know what was going on. But nevertheless, I thank y'all for hanging out, and please tune in tomorrow night while I do my live stream with the guys. Again, it's your Diva and Knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm going to always pour you a cup of truth and break you off a slice of knowledge, and y'all be blessed. Take care.